Hello and welcome to Saturday with L. Saturday time. So, it's Saturday. There's a lot to do today. We're working heavily on some projects. And this afternoon, I'll be going places. So, making this video now, let's talk about something very interesting that I really thought about recently. So that is the competitive nature of human beings. Why are they so competitive? Just think about that for a moment. Well, we must start with our animal relatives, right? People, not people, animals. Everything in nature is competitive. It's survival of the fittest. It's you have to fight to survive. You have to fight to live. If you don't fight, you will die. You will get weak and you will die. When it comes to, well, with animals, it's just food, shelter, water. That's all that they need. That's all that humans need too, but humans have taken it to a different level. Humans have taken it to the level of finances as well, where money is incorporated into this, where if you don't have a job, if you don't have a source of income, you will be miserable, you will be homeless, you will not then have the food or the water or the shelter. Okay? Now you can just live out in nature and just, hunt animals and grow your own produce and things along those lines. But let's just think about that for a moment, just how different humans are from animals in that way. And so I'll just think about just the competitive nature of human beings, trying to always be better than our competition. Companies, there are so many companies, like let's take, for example, Microsoft and Apple, two different computer companies, okay? Making Windows and making Mac. Well, Apple also makes the iPhone. We can compare that to manufacturers of Samsung devices. Well, not Samsung devices, Android devices. Just Samsung, for example. So you have all this different type of competition here, where people are trying to be better than someone else to get more money. That's what it's all about. That's what life is all about. When you really think about it, everything comes down to the money aspect. Everything, 100%, is all about the money. All about the money. Don't believe me? Just take a look at all the competition, all the advertisements, everything. It's all about the money. Okay? If money was not a factor, this world would be very different. But it was human beings who decided that wealth is a factor with who is better and superior than others. It was the wealthy who had created this to feel superior than others because of this animalistic nature that we have within us about competition and being better than others. So when it comes to companies or just people in general, people make very devious moves. People lie in order to get ahead. Companies lie to get ahead. Companies don't reveal the full truth. How many times have you gotten an email saying an account was compromised on a website and they knew for over a year? They just didn't want to reveal it just yet because they wanted to damage control. They wanted to prevent everything from crumbling down if they revealed at that moment. If they revealed at that moment, their stocks would have plummeted, people would have left the company, and they could have gone under. But instead, they wait a whole year. They wait for you to, be past that point of the compromised data, and then it's kind of all good, right? No, it's not good. It's a lie. It's a lie because of damage control to prevent, what's it? Money, yes, to prevent the money lost. It's the same thing with, medical. I've talked about medical as well. If they reveal that certain drugs cause cancer, certain drugs cause autoimmune disease and things along those lines, if they reveal that information, the company could go under. It will be devastating for everyone around the world. Especially something that's very widely used by a lot of people, okay? Just take that in consideration. Okay, let's say a medical practice, medical procedure, medical intervention that is used by people throughout the entire world, and it's considered very, very safe. But in the reality of the situation, it's not. And let's just say that information comes out and it'll be devastating, and then there'll be so much chaos. So in order to prevent that chaos, they have to lie. They have to make the scientific studies show a specific outcome. And that's what we have to remember. When scientific studies are conducted, they are to look at a specific outcome. There is an outcome in mind, okay? We always have to remember that. The scientific method is about finding an outcome. It's not about a question mark for the outcome. It's about finding the outcome. So if you wanted to find the outcome of taking a certain medication, it's not going to be what is the outcome of it. It's going to be, does this cause this? Okay? And the answer is going to be already predetermined of what they want to achieve with the answer. And when that scientific study is conducted, they're going to try to prove that they are right with that assumption. Even though the scientific data may not be in their favor, it's just about pulling the information out that isn't necessarily relevant and finding a way to make that scientific statement true to the general public. I've seen it with many, many things, and when you open your eyes to the world, you can see it too. So open your eyes. Don't be blinded by all this nonsense, because the majority of the world is nonsense when you look at it. The majority of it is fabricated. It doesn't actually, has no basis in reality. So when we open up our mind and really think about all these different things, we can really understand the world better and really understand this competition that people feel. People feel this competition because of money. It's all about the money, as I said. Because isn't there more money at telling people to do this and that, as opposed to revealing the true information and have people on their own? Here's another great example with like medical marijuana, for example. The scientific studies are a bit conflicted with many things here. But there are many scientific studies that will go out to disprove the fact that maybe medical marijuana does not help with cancer at all. Okay, even though there's plenty of scientific studies that show that it does, and plenty of testimonials from people who have taken it, who have completely changed their life. So just imagine that, for example. Okay, who are the people who are conducting the study, and what are their motives? People who are conducting the study on it are people who create the chemotherapy drugs or the other cancer drugs, okay? Second, their motive is to disprove the fact that medical marijuana can prevent cancer or cure cancer, okay? And the reason for that is, look at the conflict of interest there. It's because if they prove that it does prevent cancer, then people are not going to take chemotherapy drugs from them. It's like if I was trying to sell you something. Oh, here's another good example. Yeah, let's just use this for example, okay? The news. The news is not going to tell you bad things about medical because it's their sponsors. Imagine a news imagine watching the news and they're telling you that this and that drug are causing this and that cancer or this medical procedure. They're not going to say that to you unless they are not sponsored by them, okay? Because then you see the commercials. If you live in the United States and New Zealand, I believe it is, you have commercials for drugs, okay? Every other country, you don't have that direct-to-consumer advertisement of drugs, and it's all about the money, okay? They would probably come out with all the truth if it wasn't for the sponsors who are giving them millions of dollars to advertise. Like imagine if a company paid me, several $1,000s that I mentioned, I would need to mention them in every video that I do, okay? And then something comes out about this company regarding corruption, regarding their products causing cancer, their products causing damage. I'm not for that. But because they're a sponsor and giving me this money, they say, don't mention it, don't talk about it. So I have to continue to promote their product and use their scientific studies that they have conducted so they don't lose money, so I don't lose money, right? But if I stand up and I talk out against them and I say, this is what's really happening here with this company, then guess what? I lose them as a sponsor and I lose all that money. So you see, it's all about the money. And that's the competition aspect. It really is all about competition with money. So when I talk about this, when people make these very smart business moves to counteract certain things, it really is. It's really interesting. And when you look about it, when you look at every single thing in life, every single thing, it doesn't matter what it is, just everything. When you look at it as a lot of this is from a standpoint of greed and power and money. Money is involved with everything. Okay, when you look at that, then it makes you respect the things that are much more important to you. It makes you respect being genuine and being honest and not lying and fabricating. And it's just a shame. It really is. Because that is what the world is comprised of. That is what human beings are meant to do. Because that is their... Human beings, very, very intelligent people. But they're so foolish. They really are. When you think about it, we are supposedly the most intelligent creatures. But we don't even have any intuition. Or we don't listen to our intuition about what is right and wrong for our bodies. Doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Every other animal, they have this heightened sense of insight into what's going on around them and to what to do, what to avoid, how to do things. That this instinct, this intuition that they have. Human beings have it too, but they choose to ignore it because they get blocked out from it. They're looking at the news media, they're looking at other things that brainwash them into not believing. That's what it's all about. It's about the brainwashing. Just like the news media with politics, for example, they all lie. Okay? Not only do the politicians lie, but the news media lies about exaggerating what the politicians are doing. Like, the president's done this and that, this and that. Well, guess what? Half of that is a lie, half of it's made up. And the other half is to make you angry, is to make you upset and to make you angry at other people who may be in support of the opposition there. And it just doesn't make any sense. We're all the same, so why can't we all get along? That's what I wish for. But that's not going to happen because human beings are too blinded by this competition. They can't see anything but money. They can't. Survival. It's that survival, and survival is the money is part of the survival because human beings have created it that way. So, yeah, that's all I had to say today. I got a lot out, so hopefully this was helpful to you. Why do you think we are so competitive? Why do you think that way? You can say that you're not competitive, but you know you are. You know if you owned a business, if you work a job, for example, and someone else comes in and takes it out from under you, you're going to be upset because that's your livelihood. That's the way you support yourself, your family. If you have a business and then a new business comes along with much cheaper prices for what you do, they're much smarter, you're going to have to come back with something else in order to get customers, in order to save your business. It's all there when you look at it. It's all about the money. 100%. So let me know your views on this. Let me know what your thoughts are on this. I'm very curious. It is a really interesting topic, and it's nothing that we can avoid. Human beings cannot avoid it. All right, so you all take care. Thank you for anyone who joined the stream last night, Silent Hill 3. It was pretty good. So, see you again soon. You all take care. Have a good day. I'm going to have my taco pie. Round 2. Spicy peppers. Okay? You take care. Bye-bye.